So, a lot of things have happened in college football recently, and let's just talk about it. I'm not sure what else really to describe this video as. Let's just discuss it because there's a game this week, but it's Army Navy, the most historic rivalry in college football. I don't know much about either team. So, I'm probably not going to like preview that. So instead of that, I will be covering stuff like this. And I'm kind of, I'm not sure how to say. I have mixed feelings about a lot of things in college football right now. The bowl games right now, let's take away the playoffs, like right now for the moment. The bowl games right now are very interesting. Ohio State, Missouri is the one that catches my attention more than anything else. I mean, that matchup right there, if Marvin Harrison Jr. actually plays, is very, very interesting. So I'd love to see how they play against each other. I'd love to. Then you have some like other matchups that also catch my attention, like Kansas State, North Carolina State, a little lower ranked one. And then, and what's another one? Uh, Tennessee, Iowa. That'll be an interesting battle. See if Iowa can score. I mean, that'd be kind of fun. I think whoever in the Big Ten like loses the Big Ten title game plays an SEC school. And last year was LSU when they played Purdue, and they absolutely killed Purdue. This year it's Tennessee playing Iowa. So yeah, Arizona, I'm pretty sure is playing Oklahoma. Arizona is going to show on a national stage how good they are. They're going to be very good next year. And whatever conference, I'm pretty sure in the Big 12 next year. Watch out, Big 12. They could actually win the conference. Like, actually. You have the other one, probably the most important one, bowl game wise, out of all of them, outside of the playoffs, is I'm pretty sure the Orange Bowl, Florida State versus Georgia, and both teams had very much disappointing weekends. One of them was under their control, and the other one it was not under their control. The one that was under their control was Georgia. They lost to Nick Saban's Alabama Crimson Tide. And I had Georgia winning, but I had it in a very close game. I was not surprised seeing Alabama win. I was kind of surprised by how they won. And there was a lot of questionable things that went into it. A lot of questionable things. The main one Georgia's going to look at is that 4th and 5 Isaiah Bond catch. I think it's a catch, but I could definitely see why someone says that's not a catch. But I had a whole reaction video about it. You can watch that if you want. If you want to hear my like full breakdown or whatever. And Florida State, they had a very low scoring 16-6 game. That game right there showed the whole world how good this defense is. And I don't know why people keep looking at just the quarterback, or people are talking about we have another TCU. That's TCU beat Michigan. So if we have another TCU, we have another team that's going to beat Michigan. So yeah, I don't understand that. People are saying that also did not understand that Florida State is just one of the best defenses in the country, and it's been proven against every single team they have faced. People just look at the quarterbacks and just stop right there. Like, it's just a quarterback's game. No, it's a whole team. If the defense plays, special teams plays, other offensive players play, quarterback is not always the top priority on teams. They're not always the reason why they win. Teams usually win by defense. And right now, LSU, Florida State's done that against teams like LSU holding to 24 points. And they're talking about how, I guess I'm kind of now discussing why the playoff situation now. Let me just say, we're discussing the playoff situation now. Florida State, I believe, deserve to be in. They're not the better team compared to Alabama, but I can't prove that. I can't say, I can't with 100% certainty say they would lose to Alabama because they haven't played. So I have to go off what they've done in the past and look at probably everybody else but Jordan, but the quarterback position and analyze that because I don't know. Because Tate Rodemaker, whatever the quarterback is going to be back for a week. who was a second string quarterback. He's going to be back. He didn't look that bad. So are we judging Florida State based off their third stringer? And if we're doing that, this team is that good that they can win with a third string quarterback against a top 15 team. It's stuff like that. And I get it, you put Georgia number 1, right? Yeah, Georgia number 1. Bama beats them. Why put Bama at 8 and then move them up to 4? Even though Florida State won and they have to move back. Like, I don't understand that. I guess I don't at all. Florida State won. The number 1 team lost. They got moved back. And also, we're talking about the best team deserves to be in. The best team is that. Then why is Georgia ranked 6th and Florida State ranked 5th? If we're talking just best team, Liberty should not be in the top 25. They shouldn't be anywhere close. But they are there. Why was they earned the spot in the top 25? Because they're undefeated. Because of stuff like that. If we're talking about best teams, anyone, I'll say this. Penn State should move back. Pretty far out then. And teams like LSU should be way higher. Like an LSU team, offensively, I bet would roll Penn State. But why is Penn State ranked further ahead than LSU? Because they have less losses. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Because of stuff like that, whenever there's stuff like wins and losses against certain teams, they put you ahead of others. Especially when you have more wins than the other team does. And especially when you're undefeated. They should put you ahead. It's more of right now, the people are saying the reason why they got into the 4 best teams. I can't guarantee it's the 4 best teams. But I would probably put Georgia above Michigan as a 4 best team. I bet if Georgia played Michigan, Georgia would win. If Georgia played Washington, Georgia would win. If Georgia played Texas, I'd probably bet on Georgia. So does that mean Georgia should be the 2nd best team in the country? No. Why? Because they lost. They don't have a conference title game win. They don't have that. So if we're talking about best teams, keep it consistent because this team was the best team in the country outside of every team but Alabama. That's why. They should be in there. Georgia should be in there if we're talking about 4 best teams. But we're only picking that side for Alabama to get in. Because we want Alabama to get in. Why can't we just keep it fair across the board? Why can't we do that? We're talking about strength of schedule. Michigan didn't play anyone until the last bit of the year. So, and also Michigan cheated. Michigan's cheated the past 2 years to get teams out of playoff spots. Tennessee, like the one against South Carolina when they gave them signals and all that stuff for them. So it helped South Carolina win. I'm just pointing that out. Give them a better chance to make the playoffs because they didn't think they could beat Ohio State. But when you can get signals from Ohio State, it kind of helps. Stuff like that. Why is Michigan in there? Whenever, I just said, their coach has been suspended twice this year, some for cheating. Why are they in there? Only one that, without a doubt deservingly deserves a spot is Washington. Shout out Washington, man. They're great. I hope they win it. And Texas. Texas is definitely in there. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Not a lot of other things to cover culture, but a lot of transfers. Kyle McCord, he's leaving Ohio State. I heard people say, don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll worry about that. He's your starting quarterback on an 11-1 team. That's tough to lose. A lot of people are leaving Ohio State now. I heard 12 guys are leaving. That's a lot of players. The most surprising one, in my opinion, is Dylan Gabriel leaving. Why is Dylan Gabriel leaving? I don't know why. He might go up to Oklahoma for all I know. Ohio State. He might go up to Ohio State for all I know. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's some of the things that the transfers. Some transferring I see makes sense. Some of them I just why. Now Oklahoma's going to come into the SEC with no idea who their quarterback is going to be, or at least not a good idea. Because Dylan Gabriel at one point was Heisman candidate, kind of fell off the map pretty quickly, but he was up there at one point, which means something. So yeah, but it's gonna be tough. Oklahoma to rebound off of that. That's probably the main loss out of anyone. DJ Uiagalelei is leaving Oregon State. That's a surprise. The Arizona State quarterback's leaving. A lot of guys are leaving. It's interesting. This will be interesting. Also, Tyler Buckner's leaving Alabama for lacrosse. I was not expecting that. A lot of interesting stuff happened. A lot of interesting stuff's happening. And yeah, shout out to all the seniors out there for anywhere, high school, college, whatever, adults, because coming to an end to your playing years and school years. So shout out to y'all. I'll be in a senior class next year for high school, which is kind of weird to think about that. So yeah, I'm not going to think about it much. But yeah, shout out to the seniors who play college football. Some of our ones, like mine, the Tennessee, the most notable one, Joe Milton. Shout out to you, man. If you play in a bowl game, hope you play very well. Let's get this dub. Let's get up to 9 wins on the year. I'll call that more of a successful season. I'll call that a good season. Go 9 wins. I can be good with that. So yeah, hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all. Always put out in the comments what you feel about this stuff, because I love hearing y'all's opinions. Even if I disagree, I love hearing y'all's opinions. And yeah, hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.